originally going to do this trail in the opposite direction, but Brad, our trip leader, decided in the morning that there'd probably be too much snow. So this is towards the tail end of our day and in the opposite direction of our initial plan. The good thing about our trip timing this year was that even though all this snow fell right before we got there, the ground was dry, so it wasn't like there was all this new snow on top of old snow, which would have been very difficult and impassable like what we found last year. This trail was fun, but had it been dry like it was a couple days before we got there, it would have been even more fun. Up ahead, I stop at the crest of a little bit of a rise overlooking a big basin. Where I stop, we're at about 9,500 feet.
I hope it goes down that way, but I bet it doesn't.
You know, we're not far from a left turn.
We've just passed one right there.
No, there's one coming up.
Oh, really?
The way we go is that way.
Yuck, that's up.
That's the wrong way. No, that's the way we go.
Is there any option to go right at all? Is there anything there?
Yeah, you can go right. You can go that way.
That's downhill. I like that way. Let's go down the intersection and take a look.
Up to this point, the mud hadn't been too bad, but it got much worse here. Possibly, likely, the angle of the slope, the amount of melt, and the depth to which the water penetrated. The upper 3 inches were really snotty and just stuck to your tires. I mean, pretty much just clay. And the unknown is if we'd have went the other way like our original plan this morning, or that morning, would this have been passable? We don't know. Of course, if it had been frozen, probably so, as long as it wasn't deep snow, which doesn't look like it was. But at this point, once we got to the bottom of this, retreat was very questionable. Even with 5 guys, getting all the bikes up this would have been a huge task. We're now approaching the floor of the big basin and have to make a decision. We go left, right, or retreat.
Are we going up?
We don't know. We gotta look at the map. Dave's taking soil samples.
Huh?
Dave's taking soil samples.
He just fell.
The left goes to Elkhorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, up there, and that's up. And we were just 3 miles from it over there at that main intersection on the dirt roads.
Right goes over to the highway.
I think we better do that.
This is getting pretty nasty.
I'm not sure we can get up that easily.
I'm not sure either.
I mean, if we have to, it's going to be...
If we go down there, it looks like we got to go left.
I think we weave around.
Yeah, maybe that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get up that.
The basin we were in was at about 9,250 feet, and it was about 1.2 miles to the west before we would drop down to maybe 8,750. The terrain was about the same as what we'd been on, other than the steep descent, and unfortunately we ran into a few downed trees, but they were really no big deal because we could mostly go around them.
Jesus Christ. Whew, he's right.
At this point, we're starting to break out of the worst of the mud.
I think we made it.
We made it.